Hello, everybody. This is Trae from the Small Space Podcast, and unfortunately, I have a small problem to tell you about. In episode 3 of the podcast, we talk so highly about how confident we are in getting everything set up, but unfortunately, after about 12 minutes, our camera stopped recording. So the entire podcast is without video once more. We're still struggling to get it fixed, but we thank you for your patience and your gratitude. Thank you for listening to this podcast in general, and really hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Hello, and welcome back to the Small Space Podcast. My name is Trae.
My name is Shawn.
And welcome back.
We're here.
We are here. This is episode 3?
It is episode 3.
Episode 3 of our podcast series, and I think we're doing a pretty darn good job of getting it done.
I do too. I would like to go ahead and talk about this current evening
Of wonderfulness.
So we were doing so good.
We had everything figured out. We had started this twice.
Before this. About 2.5 or 3 hours ago.
We started this the first time.
We started it the first time.
And the neighbor decided it was a good time to take a shower.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no, the first time was something else.
Oh yeah,
first
time was something
we
else.
weren't as prepared as we thought. We started over.
Right.
Second
time was the shower.
Neighbor had to take a shower.
And now we're here.
We've had some time to pass.
We have.
We've let it pass, and we're here.
We're here.
And it's happening.
Yes, and
it's great.
It feels good to sit down. Honestly.
It does feel good to sit down. We've done a lot of work. So hey, thank you for coming back to the podcast. If you are back,
this is your first one. Welcome.
If it's your first one, welcome. I feel like this is a good starting point.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot.
If you start here,
yeah, things probably sound and look way better than the first two.
We are currently available on YouTube via video. Audio is also on that video. It would not be a very good podcast without the audio
it'd be
portion.
Hilarious if it was just like the video portion, no audio at all.
Little Easter egg for the video viewers there. So we're on YouTube.
Yeah, we're on iTunes Podcast. So for all you Apple Junk Boy fanboys out there, you got that. We got Google Play Music for you rebellious Android peoples, and we also got SoundCloud for anybody that uses anything that can connect to the internet.
As long as you have an internet connection of some form,
you can find us on SoundCloud or YouTube.
Really, most of those work with the internet. But yeah.
Yeah, you got
it.
We know where we're at.
So we're on some places. Yeah. It's official. We talked about it in the last episode that we were working on it.
It's there.
And now it's official.
Right.
They're all live.
You can listen
and
to them.
Published
and
being updated as we go.
Yeah. As we upload, they will upload. Speaking of uploading, we are going to upload the podcast Fridays. Every Friday.
Yes.
Expect a podcast from Small Space.
So our first one was on Friday.
Yep.
I think we were aiming for the second one to be on the following Friday.
But then there was
weather,
Texas,
life events, all kinds of things happened.
Wonderful fun stuff happened within that.
It didn't happen. We got it up at the beginning of this week, sometime Monday. And we weren't, I guess, technically set on like it is gonna be Fridays.
Right.
We were just like once a week ish.
Right.
At some point.
But now I think Fridays is.
So now you can find us on all those places.
Every Friday.
I think.
Yeah. YouTube will...
I actually haven't...
SoundCloud will be first.
Will be first.
And the prospective audio, YouTube will be the last because it takes the longest to upload.
Yeah, with the video. Yeah. But they should all be... Well, I just don't know how long actually, now that we're validated, I don't know how long each episode takes to publish from SoundCloud to...
I thought it was instant.
Yeah, other things. Is it instant?
Yeah, because we did episode 2.
Oh, yeah.
And as soon as we refreshed that RSS feed, there was the second episode there. So
yeah, it should be Fridays on the money. We're not gonna dare say a specific time.
Oh, definitely not.
LOL. Ha ha ha.
Friday at some point in time.
Friday between midnight and midnight.
Yeah, we just now got this regular, like, are the rest of our lives. So once we get this more regular, then we can maybe pick a time schedule, but there's no way on earth we could do that right now.
Yes.
Definitely
not. Okay, so if you have been listening to the other ones, this one should look and sound
Better.
better.
Much better.
We've done some work. We've done some research. We have tested things. And yeah.
That works.
I'm pretty satisfied with the quality now.
Yeah.
As of what this one will sound like.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna sound like garbage now that I said it. Some like freak feedback the entire way through.
Like one of our mics come unplugged, or both of them. So we're just sitting here and talking. And
I keep staring at it like we still
audio.
have feed. That's good. We had video last week or earlier this week, technically, for the first time.
Right.
We had technical difficulties with the video a little.
But now we're better.
Now we should be good.
Yeah. Hopefully so.
Hopefully good. We think we figured out. It was a new camera.
Yeah. New camera settings. So.
New camera. So we had to learn about it a little bit.
I think we got it now.
I think we got it now for sure.
I think we for sure have it. Possibly for sure.
There's a 40% chance.
That 100% chance of this is correct. Yeah.
There's a 40% chance that we have it.
Yeah, because 40% sounds, that's like the safest bet you can make.
Yeah, exactly. You can say 50 and it's like, well, yeah. But if you say more than that and it doesn't happen,
then you look like a dumbass.
You
you look like an asshole.
Yeah, we definitely aren't referencing another podcast in this moment.
Definitely not.
But yeah, so that should be good for all you lovelies.
Tell us how it is, though. Give us some feedback on any platform, whatever you're listening on or watching on.
Yes.
Let us know how we're doing. Things you would change, things you hate or love, or actually both.
Yeah, up to this point, I think the feedback we've gotten has been stuff that we already know.
Yeah, it's stuff that we were kind of working on.
It's definitely a work in progress.
Yeah.
And we'll see what this one looks and sounds like after we're done.
Right.
But I think it's going to be closer to what we're aiming for.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Let us know if you like it and all of that good stuff. Also, if you want to go ahead and subscribe to any of those options.
Please do so.
I don't know. There's subscribe on iTunes and YouTube, follow on SoundCloud, and I don't know what it's called on
subscribe
Google.
on Google Play Music.
Google Play is also subscribe.
So just whatever the prospective joining of our podcast is, just click that button and then boom, you're in.
Boom, you're in.
We don't have to jump you in or anything.
No, we don't.
So let's begin.
Let's begin. We haven't started yet? Good. We also had we were kind of transitioning from table talk. Nope, that's not what it was called. Tiny Table. That's a different podcast I was talking about.
Tiny Table
to Small Space.
Right.
I think we're pretty much all switched over.
Yeah, Small Space is where we're
depending on where you're listening and looking from, there might be a couple of because we were looking it up on your TV.
My Apple TV said
and it still shows the old logo.
But on here it shows the new one. Yeah. And on my phone it does as well.
So you've probably
seen the new one. If not, I have the same weird thing going on. Hopefully that'll fix itself.
Yeah, maybe it's just like a timing deal. Technology's weird.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
YouTube has weird algorithms across the board.
For anything that it could possibly have an algorithm for, it's a weird one.
It's screwed up somehow. So
yes,
who knows?
Sound paneling. That was the other thing I was going to say. We got sound paneling.
We got some, and I think I personally think it sounds a lot better to my ear.
Yes.
Just in general.
But we are also going to probably be a little more critical than most people.
Right.
Like the difference of the one recording to the next that I was listening to, I was like, I can hear it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure most people wouldn't hear a difference.
Hopefully they're like, okay.
Yeah. But we have a lot of other improvements that are going to shadow that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Like just the actual quality and mix of the audio
is going to be
times
better.
Killer compared to what it was.
I think it sounds really good.
Not that it was bad in the other two,
but
there was definitely a lot of mess.
Yeah, and it's a lot cleaner now.
Yeah, it's a lot cleaner. Yeah, fantastic.
So Small Space.
Yeah. Small Space. We're here. Is that where we are?
Yeah,
that's where we are. So let's see. Are we talking about a little bit of content first, and then?
However.
No, let's do that. So we are doing a podcast.
Yep.
That's a given.
Mm-hmm.
That's been a thing.
That's where you're at.
That's where we are.
Right.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going?
But we also want to do other content.
Right. Yeah, we want to do other things besides podcasts.
Yes. And we have been working on a piece of content that is coming together
Very quickly and
pretty quickly.
From what we got today, from what I saw today of the content that we were working on, very impressed.
This series of contents.
Right. Contents.
Yeah, I don't know. So a podcast on Fridays, new content, other things on Mondays.
Every other Monday.
Every other Monday, yes.
Yeah, every
bi-weekly.
other Monday. Bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly, not to be confused with bi-weekly, because I think it has two meanings. I think you can say bi-weekly and it means twice a week, or bi-weekly and it means every other week. I'm pretty sure.
Depending upon the pronunciation decides that?
No, not even the pronunciation, just the context. There's got to be something that I'm missing in that.
Bi-weekly and bi-weekly. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow, I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
So we're putting out content bi-weekly and bi-weekly.
Every other week.
Every other week and every week.
That's true.
Well, I guess bi-weekly, it would be bi-weekly. Twice a week, every other week. And also weekly.
Okay, anyway. So all of those things.
You can
every other Monday for content and Fridays for podcasts.
Yes. And so, yeah. It's a small space.
Small space.
That is the name of what do you want to call it? The umbrella name?
Yeah.
Small space?
For now. Because we really don't know where it's going.
Of whatever we are.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
This thing. Yeah.
Yes.
And I like that name a lot. Like, I know we were really set on Tiny Table when we first had it, but the more I thought about Small Space, the more I liked it.
It works for us in more ways than Tiny Table.
Right.
Because Tiny Table was very literal.
Yeah.
And then we were like, we should probably change it because
potential
legal reasons.
Like there could be an issue. So
and we're like, let's just go ahead and check this out. And we wanted to do something similar.
Right.
To the name.
Right.
And so we're like, small space, all kind of follows the same pattern.
Right.
And yeah. But we started talking about it.
Yeah. We started talking about it.
We being you and I.
Yes.
We started talking about it. And it just works in more than just a literal sense for
right.
us.
Like we're in a small space right now. Right.
Physically, actually, literally in a small space.
Yeah, we were in a small room. I mean, not super small, but still, yeah. It's a small room.
It is a small room.
But, like the whole apartment complex, that would be big compared to this one apartment.
Mm-hmm.
But that one apartment complex is very tiny compared to Tyler as a whole.
Yeah. Or
Smith County. You're going to be even bigger. And then Smith County is just an even smaller piece of Texas.
Yeah.
Which is a smaller piece of the United States.
So really, small is subjective.
Yeah.
Objective? I shouldn't have
Relative?
tried to go there because I always use those words incorrectly.
How about we say relative?
Small is subjective because it depends on
where you are.
What your perspective is of it, I think.
Is that also
objective means like definite.
You could have said either of those things,
and you would have been like,
and I've been like, yeah, you're right.
So yeah, it just depends on the situation and what perspective you're looking at it from.
Right. I was just saying, small is dependent upon perspective.
Yeah, and just yeah.
And so for I don't know, this is a small space to us, but maybe one day it won't be.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot deeper than just a small room.
Yeah, and it's kind of like I guess. Oh, what am I trying to say? What did I say the other night? That's the important thing.
We were talking about how all the things are basically the smallest perspective. Like we're as a planet super small in this universe.
Yeah.
We're a speck as compared to the.
That's right. That is what I was saying. Thanks.
The vast, emptiness of space.
Yes.
In a sense of, for lack of better words.
Yeah. And basically, my thought of it was even though we are less, that's what I said, we're less than a speck in the cosmic sense. We're less than a speck of anything.
Right.
But at the same time, like, that's our role, I guess, and it matters to us.
Right.
And I was just, I was in my feels the other night when I was talking about it.
I mean, it's honest. That's an honest thought.
Because I was saying, like, basically, even though that may seem insignificant, it's like, that's what we are.
Right.
Not insignificant, but like,
it's so small that it is, in a sense,
But because, from our point of view, it's not actually that small of a space. What's around us is big. And so I was just kind of thinking, like, so it matters.
Right.
Like, it matters what we do.
Because
it matters
it's big to us.
how we treat people.
Right.
It matters that we want to do things.
Right.
Like create a dumb podcast where we talk about whatever we talk about.
Exactly.
Or other content that may or may not be enjoyed by other people.
Right. Who are we to say?
But it matters.
It does.
So.
And I think that that kind of just makes both of us a bit more passionate about what we do.
Yeah.
About doing this.
Basically, you're getting some insight on why we started
this podcast.
The first episode at all.
Right.
And why we're working on any other things.
Continuing to where we want to be.
It's pushing us. It's pushing us to be better people, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Because, like, a dumb thing, but that's important to me is, like, I never write things down, ever. I don't ever keep track of anything. And anybody that knows me knows that. But since we've been doing this, like, I always try to write down thoughts that I have so that we can talk about them or go over it for an idea or for content or whatever. And, like, I've started writing other things down now, like, remember to get trash bags on your way home, or remember to do things, and it's keeping me updated, and I enjoy that a lot. And I owe the thanks to the podcast in a dumb way.
Yeah.
Not necessarily dumb, but, like,
kind of
a way you wouldn't think.
Kind of the same for me as far as writing things down, because I'll write down things, I'm like, oh, we should talk about that this week, and yada, yada, yada. And so what I find myself doing now is I'll write down my thought if I think it's, you know how sometimes you have a thought and you write it down, or just anything in that sense,
right?
And you look at it like, I don't know, a week later, and you're like, what was I talking about? Kind of my shorthand notes last week were just kind of scattered, and this week I feel like they're definitely more precise.
Yeah, definitely so.
Just because I think it's making me analyze my thoughts and why I'm having them and what they mean to me, and so it's. I'm learning, like, what's more important to me,
right, and how to put that down,
and in what way,
right?
Because what am I trying to think? I don't know. Things that can be important to me still that don't matter in the world at all to anyone else or anything,
right?
Like for instance, my note last week, where I was talking about Olin Rogers' show.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, that's important to me, because, like, it's like, and I thought about why would it be important to me other than just, it's a show I want to watch. It's like, it's a creative thing to get inspiration from.
Right.
And I know his more or less, what he's put on the internet of his personal, like, journey to figuring out his creative
what he wants
needs
to get out
and
there.
wants. And so it just kind of, like, relates it to me, and someone else might be like, oh, this is a dumb cartoon,
but no, I understand that. So
it's just I feel like I'm more analytical of what I'm thinking,
right?
But like after the fact,
right? All because of small space. But you know, it's not a small space.
What is not a small space?
Space itself is definitely not a small space.
Space is not a small space.
Can we get into that for a second? Like,
how many? 1 second?
Multiple seconds.
Probably.
So, I have so many questions about space.
Don't we all?
Like, yeah, that's true. Like here's the thing. Here's a fun question. If space is ever expanding, literally into eternity, there's no way we're alone in space. Like, at all.
Yeah.
Like, there's
That's not a question.
no possible way. But, like...
I know some people think that's a question. That's not a question.
But it's definitely not. Like, if the universe is constantly expanding and everything is compressing as it goes, eventually something is going to end up in the same way that supposedly our universe was created. Like, obviously, if it happened once, it can definitely happen again, depending on how quickly space is expanding. But that's all. Doesn't matter. Why do people think there are no aliens? Or extraterrestrials will be...
Whatever term you want to use.
Yeah, well, I'll use
other life
extraterrestrial.
forms that aren't from this planet.
Right.
Yeah. The ever-expanding thing hurts my head. I still can't comprehend that. I'm like, it's infinite.
Kind of crazy.
It's infinite. It's already infinite.
Right.
But it's getting more infinite as
I think
it
of
goes.
it as like, you know, in movies where like roll out rugs and like they make it like roll out really long.
Yeah.
I just think of that continuously going on in my head. Like that's how I picture the universe expanding. And that may be like the dumbest way ever, but like that's the only way my brain can comprehend it.
Right.
Because it's fucking space.
It's space.
It's nothing that is constantly going on forever that becomes something while it's maintaining being nothing. Yeah. Space.
So, yeah. It's like basically, yeah, there are aliens. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the moral of what I'm trying to say.
There have to be. Like, have you seen all the stuff about the pyramids?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how on earth would people do that? Like, you get it, like math. Yeah, like they were probably great at math if they built those things.
Mm-hmm.
But did you see how quickly they had to place blocks for that to have happened when they said it did? It's like 2 blocks every like 2.3 seconds or something, or a block every 2.3 seconds for every day, 7 days of the week.
Right.
Like, I don't think that's how that happened, to be honest.
I had a government teacher in
Please tell me like middle school or...
No, it was like senior year or junior or senior year, I can't remember. And there was a day, I don't remember why it came up, but it came up, and she was like, "Oh yeah, aliens built the pyramids." Like, and she's such like, I don't know, she's a government teacher, and so everything is like has rules and laws, right? You know, because government.
Yeah.
And she was just like a very strict teacher and everything, and somehow it came up one day, and she was like, "Well, duh," kind of like. Obviously, like, aliens built the pyramids.
You think people could do that? Yeah, no.
And I was just like, I don't even know anymore.
Dude, like, I definitely think they're aliens. Like, that is my favorite conspiracy theory to talk about is aliens.
Aliens? I don't even think it's conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory is that it's hiding. Argued. That it's like the government knows and they're hiding it from us.
Yeah.
Like.
Aliens.
I'm like, it's not even conspiracy theory that they exist. Because they're out there.
No. But just like evidence of it.
Yeah.
Is a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you always see like those videos that pop up on like your Facebook feed or something of like
government releases video and it's like
oh no, I'm not just being like where there's definitely real footage of somebody like looking at lights moving around the sky. I'm like
that's a helicopter.
It's like well and some of it it's just like it's so hard to use anything as like evidence because all of it can be like photoshopped and doctored.
Right. That's true.
And I'm like, oh, it's probably something real, but it's probably fake. Yeah, I definitely don't think that video
it's definitely like 100% real, but it's also like 200% fake. So
right. And there's some that are like obviously fake. And there's some. There's one where there's like a few dots in the sky, and then they're like, and they're like zipping around, and then like stopping suddenly. I'm like, I don't. This is probably sometime after. Drones got big, and that's probably a few drones just like zipping around and hovering. It's
crazy.
Or like mysterious droning explosion type sounds heard all over this country. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
anyways,
I don't know.
So are aliens real? Like, don't tell me about bullshit around the country. I don't care. Like, just let me know. Like, yes, there are aliens. So then I can be like, hey, remember when you said there weren't aliens? You were wrong, person.
You know what? I'm super excited about, but also kind of sad because if I remember correctly, I won't be alive for it. They have that like Earth-like planet that they found. I forget what they call it. Is that Kepler? Is that the right thing?
don't think
I
so.
haven't looked it up in a while, but I don't remember what
I know what you're
they call
talking
it
about,
something.
but I don't remember the name for it.
It's a planet that
It's very Earth-like.
from what they can tell from Earth, that's witchcraft
in
itself.
Yeah, like we could see another planet millions of light years away that we could tell looks exactly like our planet.
We can tell that much of it, but we just can't see close enough to tell how much like our planet.
Yeah.
Like, come on. But they sent that like satellite or whatever, and it like passed Jupiter or not Jupiter. It passed Pluto recently, like in the last year sometime or something. And I'm pretty sure it's like on its way there. That's some math someone figured out that they knew, like everything's spinning at this exact speed and da da da. So if you send it now, it'll pass just in time in like 120 years.
Jesus.
And the stuff the computers and stuff on the satellite will still work and be able to send us stuff back. Sorry, I'm getting upset with myself.
What makes me really mad is like, I have written programs for computers. I wouldn't even know where the hell to begin on that. Like, okay, so I can barely turn my computer on to write the program that tells me what the area of a rectangle is if I give it 2 numbers. I don't know how I'm going to make this thing fly millions of light years away to... I don't think it's that far. I think it's hundreds of thousands of light years away. I don't know. Millions of light years away.
I just know it's supposed to get there, and once it does, I feel like the world is going to be messed up.
A very different place.
Because they're going to say, well, yeah, it's just going to be a very different place regardless.
What if?
And then they're going to like see like, oh, there's a whole civilization here.
Yeah, what if there's already people there and they're like, what the hell is this thing? Like,
and then
where did this come from?
And then
they invade us.
Well, I wasn't even thinking they invade us, but they send
planet.
the satellite or whatever sends the stuff back. They show pictures and whatnot, and everyone here is like, oh, so that everyone's like, no, aliens aren't real. All those people are like, they either immediately are like, yeah, okay, or they're like, there's the government conspiracy.
Yeah,
they're just making you think that they're real.
There's nobody out there.
That's not real.
God,
blah, blah, blah. Nah.
God bless America.
God bless America. And that's why aliens aren't real.
Right. Amen. So you mentioned something earlier that I wanted to dive into that I had never heard before while we're on the topic of conspiracy theories.
Yes.
You said something about a mattress firm conspiracy theory?
I just learned yesterday, 2 days ago, that there is a mattress firm conspiracy theory.
Now you were referring to mattress firm as in the mattress store.
The store.
Like where you
buy. The store called Mattress Firm. I'm not referring to a firm mattress, which that store carries.
Right. We're talking about the business.
The business,
mattress
the corporation
firm.
Called Mattress Firm.
Now, what is the conspiracy theory?
How many mattress firm locations can you think of off the top of your head in this city?
I don't know. Like, maybe 1? Maybe.
Oh,
if I've ever even seen one.
Because today we were driving around, I saw 3 of them. 3 different locations of the same corporation.
No shit.
In this city.
Are you serious?
Yes. 3. A mattress store that sells nothing but mattresses.
Oh wait, there's one on Broadway.
Yes. I think there's a couple on Broadway.
I can picture one right now for sure.
Yeah.
That's the one that I know of. But you saw 2 others today alone? Yeah. So what is the theory?
So the theory is, how many customers have you ever seen inside a Mattress Firm store?
None.
Exactly. Right?
Right. Like,
okay. So I have been the only customer that I've ever seen inside one. I've gone into a store with the intention of buying a mattress. I didn't buy one. I got some info on it, and I went home, and the guy was having a great day. The one worker that was by himself was having a great day, was very friendly, just hanging out with us, trying to get some mattresses. He was like, sure, if you want to buy it, here. And he was trying to help us get like a super discounted mattress. Hey, I'm the only person I've ever known to go into a Mattress Firm store, is what I'm saying. So the theory, I don't know what the theory is, but it's more people pointing out there are always so many If there's one in a town, there's usually at least one more. And there's no reason to have more than one of the same mattress store in a town.
Right.
That gets no business. Why are they able to open so many locations? The biggest thing I've seen theory-wise on it is that they have a money laundering enterprise operated through mattress firm. And it doesn't go into detail. Anything I've seen on it, they don't like explain like, and here's what I think's happening. It's just like, I think it's money laundering.
So let me get this straight. Basically, it's like saying someone owns a mattress store, but he's actually dealing like pounds of cocaine regularly. To keep his mattress stores open.
Something like that.
And he has so many of them so he can transport drugs everywhere.
Yeah. So that it's easy to get from one place to the next.
Here's what we do.
Caught.
We know where 2 mattress firms are, at least.
Mm-hmm.
We set up a car, and we wait in said setup car for the delivery truck of the mattress firm mattresses.
Yeah.
Considering no one at all works at mattress firm ever, we just find the one guy who's there, beat him up, take the uniform, sign for the mattresses, cut open the mattresses, steal all the drugs, sell them for ourselves. There are 3 mattress firms in Tyler, Texas.
There are 3 mattress firms in Tyler, Texas. Very close to each other, honestly. Like, look at that.
Triangle, dude.
That is a triangle.
Oh,
this is some
the Illuminati owns
crap.
mattress firm. We're both gonna die now, or be accepted into the Illuminati.
They're all only in southern Tyler.
Yeah, so we're all gonna die now. Anybody listens to the podcast, you're dead too.
Yeah, sorry. We didn't mean to bring this on you.
I didn't. We didn't know.
We just figured it out ourselves.
Okay, wait.
Yes.
It's probably just in one town. Like, look up mattress firms in Longview.
All right. Bet.
It's probably just like an accidental thing that they're in a triangle in Tyler.
That would be hilarious.
If Longview had a triangle of mattress firms as well.
Okay. Mattress. Longview only has one.
Okay, there we go. See.
But still,
Tyler doesn't need 3 of them.
And Longview doesn't need one just down the road.
We're in such a close proximity. Like, it's like a 35 to 50-minute drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was around Denver, and that's where I was at the store. And they were like, yeah, we have a location here. And I was like, why?
Who needs mattresses that often?
And actually, there was some sketchy stuff happening when we were looking to get a mattress there.
No way.
Because they were like, we can't do this in the next, like, couple of months or something because our warehouse has some, like, it's undergoing, like, a big revamp, sort of, blah, 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 blah.
Dude,
I'm like,
I'm
no,
telling
it wasn't.
you, mattress firm is a money laundering company.
You think is it drugs? Are they dealing drugs?
I pray to God they are. That is like that's the best of the worst things you can be doing. Like, if you're doing something illegal, drugs is way up here as compared to like other things that you could be doing that's illegal that people would pay a lot of money for.
Like guns and
or humans. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking like people.
Well, I guess that is worse.
Yeah, definitely worse than drugs. Like cocaine, don't do it, but fine. Another human being, definitely not okay.
Definitely don't do it. Definitely not fine.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah.
So
I actually know somebody who went to prison for human trafficking. It's crazy. He's an awesome dude. Sweetest guy you'll ever meet. No joke. 100% honesty. He's the coolest dude I've ever met.
I'm going to need you to explain to me and the people because it sounds like you're saying something else.
So he went to prison for 15 years.
Okay.
And when he got out, he met a girl, had kids, settled down, changed a lot of his views. He was a very, like, racist person.
Oh, okay.
In his older days. Like, he has swastika tattoos.
Okay.
And, yeah, he was a messed up dude at one point in time in his life. Now he's a good dad. He owns his own construction company. Like,
okay, so I need to follow a little bit because I'm still a little.
Yeah, I don't know how that transition happened either.
Well, no. So he was running human trafficking.
I don't know if he was running in it. I just know he was
involved with it on the negative. Well, I say the negative side, the non-victim side.
He was getting no one. He was selling people.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
And that's what he went to prison for.
Right.
And since he's served his time, he is now the sweetest person.
Yes.
Okay, that's where I was lost.
Yeah, no, he is the coolest person now that he's
good for him, but
yeah.
Good for him on learning, but,
right.
But
did you have to go that far?
Yeah.
But he's beside that.
Maybe you should just
looking past that part. People. Super cool guy.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's another theory.
About mattress firms still?
No. New theory.
Okay.
Have you heard the one about Avril Lavigne?
Yes.
That sounds like a joke. Have you ever heard the one about Avril Lavigne?
I read that not too long ago, actually.
Yeah, and I didn't look too much into it. Basically, the premise of the theory
is that Avril Lavigne
died,
and then a friend of hers.
I don't know.
I can't remember if it was like her cousin or a friend of hers or
someone that looks and sounds like her.
Replaced her
a bit, and it's like she died in
2013.
Like no, I want to say it's like I gotta look it up. I want to say it's like mid 10, like 2000 to 2010, like somewhere around there.
I thought it was 2013.
I'm gonna look it up, but yeah,
that's
you can go on with that.
That's the premise of the theory, and I've seen some pictures, and I read a couple documents, and honestly, like the little bit that I've looked into it, it kind of intrigues me a little bit. Like, I'm kind of like, is that a fact? Like, did she actually die and someone replaced her? But then also raises the question, who the fuck would do that? Like, don't get me wrong, as an angsty child, I loved Avril Lavigne. But now that I am mostly a grown adult, kind of, it's like okay music. Like, it's not something that I would listen to on a regular basis. And I don't know many people that are like, yeah, dude, I listen to Avril Lavigne every day of my life. Like, if Avril Lavigne's not playing, I'm not listening. I know no one like that.
It's like she's not present enough in the public eye.
Right. It's
for
not
people
like
to be
Johnny.
Like, hey, wait a minute.
It's not like Johnny Depp or Leonardo DiCaprio or like Meryl Streep or.
Okay, so this looks like 2012, yeah, or back in 2012. Avril. Jeez, I don't know. 2012 is the earliest number I can see here.
Okay.
This is Snopes, which I usually go to for anything, and it just like Avril's not dead. That's actually the real Avril. She's not dead.
Okay, that's what
Snopes says.
Right. I assumed not because, again,
but
who would actually
my thing
care
is with that. My thing there is people just look the same. I'll see the same person like 2 days in a row. I'm like, you look different than you did yesterday.
Yeah.
And I know it's the same person, so I can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm bad at like that. That's why I'm bad at art. I think I can't
see the
recreate things, and I'm very colorblind. Like,
really?
Like, not. I guess clinically or whatever the.
I understand what you're saying.
Like just kind of self-diagnose.
But like sometimes colors are like, what the fuck are those colors?
I can't tell if that's pink or purple. And someone's like, that's obviously pink, and I'm like, mm-hmm.
See, I have that issue with blues and grays.
Mine's the whole spectrum.
Like if you ask Breezy, like I can be looking at a blue shirt and I'm like, this is a really nice gray shirt, and she's like, that is fucking blue. Like we'll get in a fist fight over what color a shirt is.
Favorite orange shirt.
Fucking orange shirt.
She knew exactly which shirt I was talking about.
Because I said, hand me the orange shirt. I fucking.
We love Crystalia.
Crystalia is a fantastic human.
Crystalia, if you ever hear this,
dude, let's sit down. Let's have a beer.
There's a 100% chance that he will not.
Oh yeah, definitely. Not.
Actually, no. There's more like a 40% chance that he will never hear this.
40% chance that he'll never hear it. I would say there's a 40% chance that he would hear it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 40% chance that he would, because that would be if we said it the other way around, I'd be saying 60% chance he would hear it. So I'm saying
there's like a 40% chance
that he would
hear this podcast.
There you go.
I'm gonna say, I'm literally saying 40%.
Everything.
There's a 40% chance for anything, no matter how sure I am.
Yeah.
Because that's the point.
That's the point.
It's like, even if like, yes, I will be at your house in 10 minutes.
I'm 40% sure.
I'm 100% sure, obviously. I'll be at your front door like 10 minutes early. Like, yeah, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I know I can be there in 10 minutes.
Right.
Something would happen. So I'm going to say 40%.
Exactly.
There's a 40% chance I'll be at your house in 10 minutes.
There's a 40% chance I'll be there in 10 minutes. But yeah, no, I feel like I'm also somewhat screwed up in the color range of things.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just took some test. What was it? Oh, it was the Mandela effect. Which is another conspiracy theory.
Dude, that thing breaks my brain, dude.
So there was a test that was like, can you pass this Mandela effect test? And it was like, is it really this or is it really this? And I was doing pretty good on it. I was like, it was this. Yeah, I remember all these. Some of them like these weren't like present enough in my life for me to care to even know what would, or to even think what would be the common thing that people would get wrong.
Yeah.
And then there was one that was, which of these two colors is commonly known as chartreuse? And I was like, stop playing with me, boy. You think I'm outside of any sort of primary color, like red, blue, green?
I can't even tell you what color that is now. Like, if someone's like, hey, pull up chartreuse on your phone, I'd be like,
you get...
Is that a car? What is that?
You get Roy G. Biv from me, barely.
Yeah.
You don't even get the ending of it, though. The indigo violet, purple, blue. I don't know.
It's all a blur after one point.
What is it? Red, orange, yellow, green,
blue, purple.
More blue, and then more blue. Some of those are kind of purple, I think. There's a pink in there somewhere.
That's after purple. Because purple shifts into a fuchsia color, which goes into pink, which goes to red.
Fuchsia's not a real color either. I don't know. I don't care what you're saying.
Fuchsia is between purple and pink. I promise.
People are gonna like.
I'm like 96% sure, and then someone's gonna be like, "Actually, bitch, fuchsia," because that's like their favorite color, and I've just ruined that definition.
Or aubergine. I know these words.
What the fuck is that?
I've heard them before.
That is not a word. That is not a word.
I've heard them before.
That is not a word.
I couldn't guess to say. That sounds like an orange. Aubergine.
I honestly thought that's what, like, is that a type of orange? Like, it sounds like a French orange.
It sounds like an orange, and I swear if it's not...
I don't even know. I don't want to know what it is. I think it's going to piss me off regardless. Like, don't Google that. How do you even spell that word?
Aubergine.
Fuck you. I didn't want you to
think it's
answer
a
that.
kind of orange, he says. You know what color it is?
Don't fucking tell me.
Purple. It's just purple.
Nope.
It's...
That right there in itself explains why colors are fucked for everybody. Like, aubergine?
Because people are like, oh yeah, it's aubergine. I'm like, oh, now I have another one to...
Like, what even is fuchsia? Chartreuse?
You can't possibly look at that. Anybody, I don't think, could possibly look at that and be like, by itself. That's aubergine.
No. In no context ever, it's like, that is a beautiful aubergine wall.
What'd you say? Fuchsia?
Yeah. I don't know how you spell that.
Fuchsia. Nope, still spelled that one wrong. What'd you call it?
It's like a pink, almost purple color.
Cool.
Is that right?
I would say that is one of those colors, but I wouldn't say which one's which.
Yeah, that's fuchsia. It's like a pinkish purple. Yeah.
See, I can
evaluate that difference.
My brain, when it sees that, it does see both, and it's like, it fights it, and it's like, it's one of them. It's not, it can't be both.
That's how I am about blue and grays. But there's actually, so we actually have a TV. All of our TVs do this, but I didn't know it. My TV will do this, and this is how I found it out.
Sorry, this is chartreuse. That's the color of vomit.
Oh!
That's all I know. It's, yeah.
It is literally like if you picture vomit, like a greenish yellow color, that's what chartreuse is.
Yeah. I'm learning a lot.
What? Okay, so what were do you remember the options on that Mandela quiz? Like, as to which one was chartreuse?
It was something like this and something like a red color.
Like a pinkish red?
I think it was kind of more orange. I don't remember exactly. It took
for
like a week ago.
For some reason, I thought chartreuse was like a pinkish red color.
But I was just like,
maybe I'm stupid.
Literally either of them.
Yeah, like,
it could be. You could tell me it's either one, and I'm like, sure.
Yeah, you could be like, hey, this is chartreuse, and I'm like, cool, thanks for telling me. Yeah. I never knew that fact.
Not once.
But there are color blindness effects you can add on TVs.
Oh.
And I have a friend who is colorblind, like legitimately, like medically colorblind, and I always forget it. And I always be like, hey man, does this look good? And he's like, I can't fucking see these colors. And I'm like,
no, man.
And I was like, I forget, okay? Just tell me yes from sometimes.
I'm sorry, I'm a terrible friend.
I'm sorry. But he was telling me that he bought a Sony TV because he read online they had the best color blindness options.
Huh.
And I think that's an impressive thing for technology to be capable of. Because you got to think like that's different for everybody. That like it's not everybody is one type of color blindness. So if it activates that, Like, that's a really cool advancement in technology.
And like, have you seen those? I think they're called like chroma glasses or something, where it basically corrects color for colorblind people.
Have you seen the Jake Paul video about that? I mean, the Logan Paul video about that?
No. I've seen a bunch of videos of people like trying them on for the first time ever and crying.
Like Logan Paul uploaded a video on YouTube where he like talks about him being colorblind, and he gets these glasses and he goes out and he sees the sunset first time and he cries, and he's like, man, this is the best moment of my life. And that's in itself would be a beautiful moment if it were real. Because 2 months prior to that date, he bought some smart bulbs that he had, and he's like flipping through the colors and naming them out loud. He's like, you guys like blue? How about red or yellow or orange? Or like, he goes through all of them, so you know he can see each individual color very clearly.
Yeah.
And then H3H3 and iDubbbz made a video about it, seeing color for the first time, and the only color he sees is green because he.
Oh.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck that. That's kind of disrespectful. I mean, I personally feel like I know people who are actually affected by it. Not like it's AIDS or anything, but like, you know, it kind of sucks. And for him to kind of capitalize off of people who are at a disadvantage, I think that's pretty shitty.
It is.
That guy's a whole. I could talk about him literally for an hour by itself.
I'm like, I could. I mean, I can't because I don't.
No.
I intentionally don't follow either of them. I just know when the big stuff comes up, it spills over into my world. I'm like, ugh. And so I'm always just like, nah. I don't even. Everyone else is gonna say everything there is to say about them on either side.
Right.
Yeah, has no. It would be pointless
for
me to think about it.
Yeah.
I have another theory for you.
Okay, let's hit it.
You're gonna like this one. It brings all of this stuff together.
Okay.
The theory is that you and I could see colors differently. So, here's the thing. It's like...
That's very true.
A strawberry is what color?
Red.
Yes. You see your red, right?
Ah, dude.
The theory is that like what I see in green is actually what you see in red. So my strawberry could be green in your perception
of red.
If you saw it through my eyes, you'd be like, that's a green strawberry. But for me, I'm like, no, that's red.
Wow. Wow.
I didn't know how to explain that, but I think I got there.
Yeah, you got it. Right on the...
I'm looking at this thing behind you, and I'm just like, yeah, that messed me up too bad.
Yeah, I have a beautiful painting done by my fiance behind me. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's definitely back there.
And so like with that, I wonder like, I don't know, if
don't ask.
I don't believe it's real.
I don't know.
Because I think that would be, I think we would have realized that it was real by now.
How?
Because like color palettes and how they go together. Mm-hmm. I think like, I don't know if.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
I mean, yeah, I already know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, like if it's the opposite of that color, the color palette still works essentially.
I guess
it does.
I don't know.
It does. So technically, you could still see other colors in that color palette.
I think I'm looking at the color palette. We're gonna call it the color palette.
Oh,
theory.
You mean like the legitimate like RGB like color palette?
Sure.
Like if I were to pull up something in Photoshop and it bring up the circle of colors, you mean that palette of colors?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like palettes of colors that people would put together for things.
Well, yeah, kind of. It's not. I don't know, man. Yeah, like because you know,
I need to find another
it's
word.
Like this and this you're wearing matches, and because those colors work together.
Right.
It's like, but if it was other colors, they could be colors in that person's perception that didn't match.
So.
But I guess if it was the opposite, no.
All right, colors are colors and whatever.
And I'm not artistic like that.
Nope. That's why I use computers.
That's why I use computers.
Dude, I need a new computer.
I think I'm looking at the color palette theory, as I'm calling it now, in the same scope that I look at the multiverse theory. And it's like you can have a color palette that's like all the same, except like this color is actually brown instead of green or something.
So basically, forget all that noise because
I
have enough time like comprehending the fact that some people can't see colors,
which is a real thing that definitely is real.
Right. Like I can't comprehend when I get so frustrated because I can't decipher the difference.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what if this like actually it was like something that affected where I saw like very different colors? Like if my reds looked green.
Yeah.
Like then how like driving, how would that work?
Right.
So I am very thankful for that. If I get any colors confused, it's blues and grays because most things aren't blue and gray that are like stop signs.
Blue and gray stop signs.
That would ruin my world.
Yeah. You said you need a new computer.
I do need a new computer.
I was like, let's get out of this color thing
see, like,
as easy as we can.
I just see this thing like chugging along, and it's doing its job. It's rough for this guy. But, hopefully one day we'll get all that updated. I'd like to do it actually pretty soon. Update the computer. And kind of everything to a sense. Like, I'd like to get new microphones and lights, of course, for everything, but...
Right. But, I mean, that's... It's hard to say, because, like, you just have to decide, like, which one do you need
first,
more or want more. Because it's, like, obviously you want to, like, improve all of it to, like, the maximum...
To the maximum possible quality I could, but...
Tech is hard, because it's expensive.
It is.
And like...
Things have like you can't use everything by itself. Some things you have to have other things to even use in the first place. And so
and it's like you have to decide how much you want to like compromise with your budget,
right?
Because you're like obviously you want this camera,
but you have this budget.
You have the money for this one. You have this camera, but this one right here. But also I need lights and I need all this
soundproofing and computer
more audio equipment and so
it goes on for a while.
And there's just so many aspects of it that funding it by yourself is difficult. Not a fun time.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
But I have decided that I think I do want to look into like an actual camera. Is my next step, I think. Because microphones are easy. Like that's not a super big expense. But now that I think about it in my head,
I was like, depending on,
So now thinking about it in my head, I think I'd much rather have like as close to perfect sound quality as possible with like a 1080p video. Because like any modern camera, like anything that you use takes pretty damn good 1080p video. So like that's really not much of a compromise considering most people watching on anything watch it in 1080p.
Yeah, and I think audio, like fluctuations, I guess we're going to call it variations in audio, are more easily like
looked over.
More like, easily
noticed.
Noticed than video.
Yeah.
Just because it has a lot to do with like the space that you're in and how it was recorded that way, whereas. Like the video, a lot of it is obviously the same thing,
right?
But like the playback, if your TV is only it only has a display of
1920 by 1080, that's the best you're gonna see.
Yeah, so, but the audio,
right? It's still gonna sound like garbage if it is garbage.
Yeah, it's too much compromise.
So I think the next thing I'd like to do is probably microphones. As far as like a better, which I mean, these
I'm pretty happy.
I would say after we got all this set up, I'm really happy with the way these are sounding.
Yeah, and I knew a big chunk of it was just us, the way we were setting it up, and everything, because I knew we could get good sound out of them.
It's just a matter of doing
solid
it.
sound.
Yeah.
Especially for like the price.
I would say for what they are and for what we spent on them. I mean, I would say it's good audio. And for most people,
this
is where you start. We are using Blue Yeti microphones.
Yeah, Blue Yeti. For those that are like, what microphone are you using?
What the fuck is
using Blue Yeti microphones.
Which are USB microphones, so no XLR, no phantom power needed.
Yeah, straight into the computer.
It's a mixed blessing, honestly.
Yeah, but I so far for what we need
and for what it's
doing,
this
is
awesome.
Killing the game.
Yeah.
As of today, like again,
as of
and that was all user error.
Right.
Because we just didn't research it. We just dove in and we were like, we're going to figure it out as we go. And we are
figuring it out as we go. I would say we're getting better at preparing things, though.
I mean, we kicked off today. Oh, man. The second take. Yeah. the second take of this podcast, I was so hyped. And I mean, starting the third one, I was like, all right, let's go. Something's going to stop us again.
I'm in a good spot.
Yeah, I'm in a good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not saying I'm not hyped. It's just like, all right.
It's just that we're doing it. To do it again.
I think I'm just on edge that something's going to happen.
Right.
The roof is going to cave in or, and we're like, we should probably stop recording. But we're so close to the end, we might as well finish it up.
We might as well just keep going.
Meanwhile, your neighbor is just like rolling around and
falls through the roof. And
we're in the middle of a...
Hey, excuse me.
Ma'am, I know it hurts.
But I've got...
Put some pressure on it.
Literally...
We'll call we have like 5 minutes
We've got a few minutes left, so if you can just make it through the last few minutes, then we'll call somebody for you. Until then, please just shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Not
real sweet
interruptions,
lady.
Yeah. One like person.
She's bad about interrupting, but she's very sweet.
Yeah. Makes the best pies. Oh my goodness.
Oh, those pies
are just fantastic.
I want to start a pie company. and the like the slogan just be, "Oh, those pies."
For those listening, I laughed so hard I could not make a sound.
Okay.
Speaking of good things.
Yeah.
Should we get into album review?
Yeah, I was going to say, we're probably about that time already. Yeah. This one flew by for me.
Yeah, it did.
I just looked up and I was like, quickly. Oh, okay.
Like, I noticed at one point, I was like, okay, we're trucking along. And then again, I was like, wow, right where we want to be.
I guess we need to get to the end.
We talked about colors a lot.
We talked about Mattress Firm.
That's true. We got a lot of interesting conversation in there. But hey, that's what we're here for. So album review.
Album reviews. Yeah. Take it away.
So I was given The Afterman.
Yeah.
By Coheed and Cambria.
Ascension, specifically. Ascension,
The Afterman. And I loved it. I thought it was a great album.
Yeah.
I even enjoyed, like, for the most part, when I'm listening to something and there's like a skit of some sorts in there, I can't really get into it. But for me, I was totally connected throughout the whole album.
Yeah.
And I think listening to it in one sitting probably kept that alive for me, I think.
For sure.
But yeah, musically was beautiful, as always with Coheed and Cambria. Mm-hmm. I've listened to a few of their songs before, no albums straight through, but from what I've heard, I've loved. I mean, the vocals are amazing. The music itself is gorgeous. It tells a story in its own. I thoroughly enjoyed the album.
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Awesome. Yeah, the like skit things, I hesitated to even call them like skits because
it's more of
you
like
hear about, you hear like skit tracks on other albums where it's like literally a skit, like acting out.
But it's not that.
And this is just like a continuation musically that isn't like a song in itself or something. Right. But there is like acting in it. It feels more cinematic rather than like a fun, just like, oh, we're having a fun little interlude between this song and the next.
Right.
It ties everything together.
It's a continuation more of like a random spur, I would say, because I feel like most skits on albums are.
Yeah.
I feel like this was a very intended continuation of what they were doing, and I thought it was pieced together wonderfully.
I'm glad you liked it.
It was. I did.
You see why I'm like hung up on them.
Yeah. No, I can definitely get that. I can dig. I fuck with Frank.
Yeah. Good. I had Tyler the Creator, Flower Boy.
There you go. You know what it was.
Flower Boy. So here's the thing. You already know this. They don't. I'm not gonna say it's my fault.
Mm-hmm.
I was not able to listen to the whole thing.
True. You couldn't stream it everywhere.
just because I've been without access to much internet or data on my phone. I'm living in the Stone Ages at the moment, but as of today, everything is
up to speed.
I did listen to
fastest speed, but
I did listen to a lot of the album.
Most of it.
Yeah,
only a couple songs.
And I did it here under Trae's connection, his Wi-Fi, his data on his phone.
Yeah.
I listened to it there, and I liked it a lot better.
Yeah.
Than Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Just because it was just more listenable, like at a glance. Because the other one, it was weird, and again, like I think that was part of
it.
That was the whole thing with
that was part of the album,
Kendrick's
the
album.
Point.
And probably why those songs didn't go on other albums,
right?
Because they weren't very listenable. That's my like term for it at the moment, or not as much as you was, because I can't recall much of it other than like Levitate.
Yeah, that's about it.
And so with this one, everything was like, I definitely could follow it, and I was into it, and it was all like, it seemed like the whole album that I heard, no matter what, they were all somehow like chill songs, nothing was like super like in your face.
There's only one song on the album that I would say is like a bit less, but even at that, it's still pretty chill.
Yeah,
which is Who Dat Boy? One with ASAP.
Yeah,
that song goes a little harder than the rest, but I think it's still in its own sense kind of
like at least like the beat of like every song.
Yeah,
it's all just kind of like no matter like how fast they're rapping or anything like that, or like how aggressive it is.
That's kind of something that I like about Tyler, the Creator. He's like, no matter how intense it is, it's still in itself kind of mellow.
And usually that kind of like same sort of feeling, that like chill feeling or whatever, after a while it's like I'm either going to go to sleep or I'm going to get bored. Right. And I mean, and I wasn't just like sitting down just to listen to it.
Right.
Like, we were like running around doing stuff all day. And I was just like, yeah, I'm in it.
Nice.
I like it.
That's good.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
For sure. I think you're going to like this one way more, though.
Okay. I have to figure out if I have one for you.
Okay. If not,
that would be a good one. But go ahead.
So mine for you is, the band is Front Porch Step, and the album is Aware.
Okay. Aware?
Aware.
Okay.
Me and Breezy found this album 3 summers ago, 4 summers ago, something like that.
So front porch
step.
Oh, front porch. Okay.
Yeah.
Those words, I don't know. The way you said it, it seemed like
front
random words
step.
put together, and I'm the step.
Yeah,
the front porch
step.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We listened to this when we first started dating, so I guess it was about 3 years ago, and we loved it. I thought it was really good. I like that it's kind of like, it's hard to put it into a single genre of music. Like, it's very much like folk-ish in the sense of like acoustic guitars and tambourines, and I think there's even some banjo in there somewhere, but it's also very like indie as compared to like their voice and how they do it. And I just personally enjoyed it a lot. I liked it.
Gotcha. Cool. I'm excited. I don't know what I want to do here. I can either go really into left field for you, or I can go with one that I think you probably have heard, but it's been a while, if I understand. I was asking you earlier about that one. Do you want to revisit that one with a new ear, or do you want to go into left field? It's very far into left field.
Let's stick with review, and then next week I'm down for left field.
I'll hit you up.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna go review. So it's not an uncommon one. A lot of people are familiar with it. It's gonna be Gorillaz, Demon Days. Super. That's pretty much.
I think it deserves a re-listen for me.
That's their album that kind of got them more in the mainstream.
Yeah.
Like there's Clint Eastwood from before that everyone is obsessed with, but
Right.
like everybody knows Feel Good Inc.
Yeah.
And other songs as well, but
There's-
usually Feel Good Inc. is like the one.
I have that CD somewhere at my mom's house, and I remember like going to the store to buy it because I saw the music video for Feel Good Inc. And I thought it was the coolest thing that I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
And so like that day I was like, Mom, we have to go to the store. I need to buy the CD.
Nice.
And I think I listened to it like once. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But now I think like in a different state of mind, I would give it some more attention.
Yeah.
Enjoy
A
it
more musical person
Right.
that you are as an
Very
adult.
much more from when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I was like, I don't know what music is. And now I'm like,
Yeah.
I still don't know what music is, but I have a better understanding of it.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Cool.
I'm just older. So
Well,
yeah,
I'm excited. I think we have
me too. I
good
think
selections
I think
this
this would be good. So
we should probably go.
yeah,
I'm like I definitely see over the one
but
mark.
I think we're good. I think that's
But
solid time.
not too bad.
Nah.
As long as it's not like an hour and a half or something.
no, yeah. Which I think eventually we could get into that
Oh
territory.
boy, we could.
I would love to eventually.
We'll see.
Eventually.
That might be a lot for old me. I'm an old man.
I guess we'll start doing it earlier in the
I
day.
guess we'll have to start earlier. in the day.
Well, when we wake up, podcast.
Even when we tried starting it earlier in the day, this time it took us 3 hours
But
to get started
by the time-
because of other things out of our control.
By the time we're in a space where we control how early we start,
Yeah.
we won't have to worry about those things.
Baller. So I think I haven't heard any noises.
No,
I think the video held up
Yeah.
this time through.
I think so too.
We will see.
I guess we'll find out. Yeah.
We'll see here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
You'll see tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Because
You'll see
today's
tomorrow.
Thursday.
It's Thursday. Still.
So
that tells you how early we're doing it.
it's still
compared
Thursday.
to normal.
We're killing the game.
Right.
All right. Yeah.
It's been great.
It has been great.
It's been fun. I think we covered a lot of interesting things.
I'm enjoying it.
I love it.
I'm excited about this one because I think this one's like
It's the best. So
way like quality wise, just
far. Way better than the last. I'm excited for the content we've got coming very soon.
Yes.
Very soon. Monday, at some time between midnight and midnight Monday,
Yes.
content will be uploaded.
I'm gonna say, let's say that's the goal. That this Monday will be.
Oh no, it'll be there.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm-
So far, we haven't. We need to get into some stuff, and we're aiming for this Monday. If anything happens, next Monday.
40% chance on
There's a 40% chance that we'll have a new piece of content up this Monday.
I'm pretty confident in it.
I am
honestly.
too. I'm just saying, just in case.
40% chance.
Because we don't want to say 100% anything.
Yeah.
There's a 40% chance that we'll have a new piece of content up this Monday.
uploaded on Monday.
And yeah. So
Check us out on
Do
those 4
all the things.
respective platforms.
YouTube, SoundCloud, Google Play, iTunes. Subscribe to all of them.
Leave some
Like them
feedback.
if there's a like option.
For sure. If you liked it.
If you liked it.
If you
If you
didn't-
didn't like it, please don't hit the dislike button.
If you do hit the dislike button, tell us why you hit the dislike button.
I would just rather you not.
I need a
am
2-page
soft.
essay, single space, 12-point font
On my desk tomorrow.
by Saturday morning if you want my response.
Yes.
Actually, no, if you put anything, I'll be like, why do you say that?
Oh, okay. No, because there are people that are like, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I'd be like, I actually hate your guts.
And you're just like, oh, okay.
Be like, well, disable comments on video.
Just on all videos. Leave a comment. Join us with a Small Space Music Club. Listen to the albums with us this week. We'll give you a whole week this time. Give ourselves a whole week this time. Listen to the albums. If you like both of them, if you only get to listen to one of them, let us know what you liked about it. Let us know what you didn't like about it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we both have positive and negative responses
Definitely
already.
so. Yeah.
And we've had 2.
Yeah. So let us know.
Yeah, that would be fun. Comment wherever. Leave a review
Wherever.
on iTunes or Google or wherever.
I don't know.
Follow us wherever.
I don't know what you can do about
I don't even
SoundCloud
know.
as far as leaving
We've got a
responses, but-
Twitter.
We do.
We're getting that going.
At
Small Space Stuff.
I'll put it somewhere. At Small Space Stuff.
At Small Space Stuff.
It'll be here.
It'll be right there. Oh right, we're on video.
Yeah, there's a video there. It'll be.
This
at
one is
Small
just gonna be
Space
my hand.
Stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all we have now.
Yeah. Like the stuff, or not like the stuff. Subscribe to the stuff.
Follow the stuff.
Comment on the stuff.
Review the stuff.
Talk to us. Let's have fun.
Let's do it.
Let's do things.
Let's
Let's
get weird,
see
baby.
how much better we can get next week.
For sure.
I'm excited.
Amen. Absolutely. Hallelujah.
All right. See you guys on the other side
Of what?
of tomorrow.